Canada's Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister, Chrystia Freeland, delivered the 2024 federal budget in the House of Commons on April 16th. The budget proposes more than $52.9 billion in new spending over the next 5 years. To partially cover these spending commitments, the budget is also proposing to increase the inclusion rate on annual capital gains above $250,000 for individuals and on all capital gains by corporations and trusts from one half to two-thirds. I will be talking about the budget, breaking down the federal budget, what you should know, what it means for you and housing. There are 6 highlights that I decided to pull out from the budget. We'll get into those right now. My name is Nico James-Bock, and I am a broker at Royal LePage Signature Realty in downtown Toronto. Highlight number 1. Enhancement of the first-time home buyer incentive. The budget proposes changes to the first-time home buyer incentive, which aims to make home ownership more affordable for first-time buyers. The adjustments include expanding eligibility criteria and increasing the income thresholds, allowing more individuals and families to qualify. The government hopes these changes will ease the burden on new buyers on Canada's heated real estate market. Number 2, investment in affordable housing. Recognizing the acute need for affordable housing, the government has allocated significant funds to accelerate the construction of affordable rental units. This investment is expected to support various projects, from urban high-rises to rural housing initiatives, thus broadening the accessibility of affordable living spaces across different regions. Number 3, introduction of a tax on underused housing. Now, in an effort to discourage speculative buying and keep more houses available for Canadians looking to buy, the budget introduces a tax on underused or vacant residential properties owned by non-resident, non-Canadian owners. This measure aims to encourage the use of properties for dwelling rather than holding them as vacant investments. Number 4, funding for homelessness. The budget includes a substantial increase in funding to combat homelessness. This funding will be directed towards expanding the capacity of shelters and transitional homes, as well as supporting the Housing First approach, which focuses on providing stable housing as a priority for homeless individuals. The 5th highlight from the budget is green housing initiatives. In line with Canada's environmental goals, the budget allocates funds to retrofit and build more energy-efficient homes. This initiative not only helps reduce the carbon footprint, but also makes homes more affordable to maintain. Subsidies and grants will be available for homeowners willing to invest in energy-saving upgrades. Number 6, the final highlight, expansion of the rental construction financing initiative. To stimulate the construction of more rental housing units, the budget proposes additional investments in the rental construction financing initiative. This program provides low-cost loans to developers for the construction of affordable rental housing, with a focus on supporting middle-class families in high-need areas. That sums up the 6 most important initiatives or highlights from the budget. Now, these highlights from the Canadian federal budget represent a comprehensive approach to tackling some of the more pressing housing issues in the country. By focusing on affordability, supply, and sustainability, the government aims to create a more stable and accessible housing market for all Canadians. It's a good move to help tackle the housing crisis, and a lot more needs to be done. Things are moving in the right direction, albeit slowly. Most of these initiatives are for those entering the housing market. For those already in the market, affordability will remain a hot topic. Lack of inventory, strong demand, the sheer number of people pouring into the GTHA will continue to exert upward pressure on housing prices, making the summer and fall markets particularly challenging. There will always be disagreement and bickering between the various levels of government. The budget is a federal budget. It remains to be seen how those initiatives trickle down to the provincial and to the municipal level. In the GTHA, we are experiencing an extreme housing crisis. The shortage of available affordable homes, all homes in general, is a situation that is creating a great deal of anxiety from the part of a lot of buyers and sellers. The Bank of Canada's announcement will also create a shift in the market. The next announcement is June the 6th, followed by a July 24th announcement. It's thought that between those during one of those announcements, there will be a rate reduction. That is seen by many, especially buyers, as a positive move, as a good thing. However, the opposite is true. While we are experiencing a high level of interest, the interest rate with respect to the previous 3 years, it is nothing compared to the interest rates that many of us were exposed to 10, 12, 14 years ago. It's just that buyers have gotten accustomed to the extremely low interest rate. And when they actually look at the difference between paying for a mortgage at, say, 4.5% versus 5%, the difference is actually minuscule. So if there is a rate reduction, and I anticipate there will be a reduction during one of those announcements, it'll be 0.25%. And as I mentioned before, while a lot of buyers are waiting on the sidelines in anticipation of that rate reduction, a lot of them don't realize that that rate reduction will not compensate for the upward pressure in pricing that said reduction will bring. There will be more people in the market looking for an opportunity to buy. The low inventory level will continue, and that will bring about bidding wars, many bidding wars, as will become the norm rather than the exception. And a lot of buyers will just lose out. They will not be able to purchase. Prices will continue to rise, and many of those buyers will be forced into the rental market. And the rental market already is experiencing high rents, although in some pockets, the average rent for a 1-bedroom and two bedroom is coming down slowly. That is a temporary measure. So, as a final thought to the budget, there are some initiatives here that will benefit first-time buyers and some existing homeowners. The majority, though, of people who are in the housing market will see very little difference with this budget. So, as I mentioned, a lot more does have to be done. The number of people that are coming into the GTA will continue to increase. We're right now at a level of roughly 575,000 people that come into Canada every year, and roughly 80% of those come to the GTA. So We don't have that many new construction starts. We don't have that many available housing units. So these people obviously will need a place to live. And unfortunately, we just don't have that capacity. So let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on the federal budget, how it affects you specifically, and what you think needs to be done in order to really tackle the current housing prices. My contact information is in the notes, and I look forward to reading your comments. Ciao, ciao.